Welcome to our video tutorial today on how to cast resin pieces for jewelry, scrapbooking, or whatever purpose you want them for. My name is Melissa. I have been in the resin casting industry for 25 plus years, growing up in North Carolina where resin is very prominent in the furniture industry. I've been involved in casting larger pieces, and I've now started this mold company selling these little molds to do jewelry. Like I said, lots of other purposes that you can use them for besides just jewelry. My mind just drew a blank. I'm using a polyester resin from my years of casting. That's what we have always used. I already have this in the cup. I have my polyester resin, which has a purplish brownish color. It's not a clear resin like a lot of you are used to using for jewelry, which you can use in these molds. I'm just using what I have on hand. I already have this mixed with some filler. You can use lots of different things for filler. They're available in craft stores and online. I have got the filler mixed in. I'm going to add a little yellow dye to this just to see what we can come up with. Basically, a little bit smaller amount. Add a little bit more dye. Now, if you're using the clear casting resin for jewelry, you do not have to use so much color. This already has some white pigment in it, therefore it's making it a little bit harder to color. I'm going to go with that. It's sort of a peachy color, and we'll see what happens. Okay, this is MEKP. This is the catalyst for the polyester resins. There is a ratio. I think it's like 10%, and you normally should use scales, but after 25 plus years of doing this, I don't need that. This is a very small amount. I'm going to put probably about 10 drops, and that will probably do it. Now, MEKP and resin is something that has to be adjusted for the temperature of the day, the humidity, the warmth of the molds. There's so many factors involved, it's hard to say exactly how much to use. It's just a trial and error. You learn how to adjust for the temperature and humidity because it has so much to do with resin. I do not use a vacuum chamber with my resin. Some people do. Small items like this, you're not going to get, since you don't have much filler in there, it's very thin, you're not going to really have a problem with air bubbles anyway. We always have kept gloves and used our fingers. Another trick is, as you get the mold about half full, squeeze around it. That will push all the air to the top. That will save. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, and we are now going to gently demold some of these. This big rose mold works really good because it's got an angle to it that you can just do it like that and pop it right out, and look how pretty. Now it will need to be washed, and then you can even add another color.
Sorry, that was a dog there.
Wash a color over top of it, and it will actually be much prettier. You'll break these little edges off. It's really sticky right now. It'll need to cure for a few hours before you do anything else with it, but it's still good and hard. Now, I let that cure about 10 minutes. The humidity plays a big part in that. Temperature, can't stress that enough. You just have to learn. If you're new at this, you probably need to let them set for a lot longer. I'm very familiar with how to do the molds and how to demold things when they're still soft so that you can do production. But it's very easy to break things at this point if you're trying to take the molds out a little soon, and I tend to do that because I don't have patience. These molds that I make are extremely soft. They're very good for casting resin. They can fold back, as you see, and release apart very nicely. I design all of the originals from clay. I have been a sculptor for 25 plus years, and everything you see here and on my shop.
The dog here keeps getting in the shot.
Yes, my daughter is videoing, and our schnauzer is helping. Like I said, everything is my original design, my original copyrighted sculpture. When you purchase these molds, they may be used. You may cast anything you want to in it, sell the products that you make from them. The only thing you cannot do is make another mold from a casting, because I am selling the molds. The designs are mine. You are buying the mold with the copyright license to produce items from the mold for any purpose that you choose. Okay, notice I went around the edge and broke that loose a little bit, and that's the daffodil. Would you like me to get the dog down?
Yeah.